Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Danvat Pranam. Please accept our humble obeisances on behalf of everybody who have joined and are about to join or will be watching this on YouTube then. Prabhuji, we are reading the Srimad Bhagavatam. We are on Canto 2, Chapter 10. And the verse for today is text 4. But before we start, Prabhuji, I'll do the Mangalacharan. Hare Krishna.
Okay.
Om ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनाशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुं श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवंश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगना रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगना ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितंश्च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्ता राधा कान्ता नमोऽस्तुते। तप्त काञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी ऋषभानु सुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानन्द श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृन्द। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा प्रभुजी।
Hare Krishna. Narayan Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Naruttamam Devim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayeta Nashta Prayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Seveya Bhagavate Yutam Shloke Bhakti Bhavdina Ishtaki Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, second canto, chapter 10, verse number 4. Sthitir Vaikunta Vijaya Poshanam Tad Anugraha Manavantara Rani Sadharma Utaya Karma Vasanaha. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. The right situation for the living entities is to obey the laws of the Lord and thus be in perfect peace of mind under the protection of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The Manus and their laws are meant to give right direction in life. The impetus for activity is the desire for fruitful work. Purport. You want me to read the purport, Mataji? You want to read? Okay, I'll read the
purport is very big, so Prabhuji, if you can read half and I can read half.
Okay. It's 2 paragraphs. I'll read the first paragraph.
Okay.
This material world is created, maintained for some time, and again annihilated by the will of the Lord. The ingredients for creation and the subordinate, the creator, Brahma, are first created by Lord Vishnu in his first and second incarnations. The first Purusha incarnation is Mahavishnu, and the second incarnation is the Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, from whom Brahma is created. And the third Purusha avatar is the Kshirodakshaya Vishnu, who lives as the supersoul of everything in the universe. and maintains the generated by Brahma. Shiva is one of the many sons of Brahma, and he annihilates the creation. Therefore, the original creator of the universe is Vishnu, and he is also the maintainer of the creation. He's also the maintainer of the created beings by his causeless mercy. As such, it is the duty of all conditioned souls to acknowledge the victory of the Lord and thus become pure devotees and live peacefully in this world, where miseries and dangers are always in existence. The conditioned souls who take this material creation as a place for satisfaction of the senses and thus are illusioned by the external energy of Vishnu remain again to be subjected to the laws of material nature, creation, and destruction. In the Bhagavad Gita, it is said that from that beginning, Mataji, you read this second paragraph.
Okay, Prabhuji. In the Bhagavad Gita, it is said that beginning from the topmost planet of this universe down to the lowest planet, Patal Loka, all are destructible, and the conditioned souls may travel in space either by good or bad work or by modern spacecraft, but they are sure to die everywhere. Although the duration of life in different planets is different, the only means to attain eternal life is to go back home, back to Godhead, where there is no more rebirth as in the material planets. The conditioned souls, being unaware of this very simple fact, because of forgetting their relationships with the Lord of Vaikuntha, try to plan out a permanent life in this material world. Being illusioned by the external energy, they thus become engaged in various types of economic and religious development, forgetting that they are meant for going back home, back to Godhead. This forgetfulness is so strong due to the influence of Maya that the conditioned souls do not at all want to go back to Godhead. By sense enjoyment, they become victims of birth and death repeatedly, and thus spoil human lives, which are the chances for going back to Vishnu. The directive scriptures made by the Manu in different ages and millennium are called Sadharma, good guidance for the human beings, who should take advantage of all the revealed scriptures for their own interest to make lives successful termination. The creation is not false, but it is temporary manifestation, just to give a chance for the conditioned soul to go back to Godhead. The desire to go back to Godhead and functions performed in that direction form the right path of work. When such a regulatory path is accepted, the Lord gives all protection to his devotees by his causeless mercy, while the non-devotees risk their own activities to bind themselves in a chain of repetitive reactions. The word Sadharma is significant in this connection. Sadharma, or duty performed for going back in Godhead and thus becoming his unalloyed devotee, is the only pious activity. All others may pretend to be pious, but actually they are not. It's not for this reason only that the Lord advises in the Bhagavad Gita that one give up all so-called religious activities and completely engage in the devotional service of the Lord to become free from all anxieties due to the dangerous life of material existence. To work situated in Sadharma is the right direction of life. One aim of life should be to go back home, back to Godhead, and not to be subjected to these repeated births and deaths in the material world by getting good or bad bodies for temporary existence. Herein lies the intelligence of human life, and one should desire the activities of life in that way. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Mataji. So it's a very beautiful purport in which we can learn so many things. I'll repeat the verse again. The right situation for the living entities is to obey the laws of the Lord and thus be in perfect peace of mind under the protection of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The Manus and their laws are meant to give right direction in life. The impetus for activity is the desire for fruitive activities. Srila Prabhupada explains that this material world is subject to three things. It's created, will stay for some time, and in the end, it will be destroyed. This is a temporary world, or sashvatam, or it's even called asat. Asat does not mean that it is not there, but it is temporary. The existence of the material world is temporary. Now, Lord Vishnu provides or creates Brahma and also materials to Brahma to create more. And we all know the three Vishnus. The Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, starting with the Mahavishnu, Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, Kshirodakshaya. These are the three Purusha incarnations who are responsible for this creation, even in the material world. So nothing is coming independently. Everything is coming from Lord Vishnu. And Lord Shiva is one of the sons of Lord Brahma. Lord Brahma has many glorious sons, like Narada, Shiva, and many, many others, even Manu. All these are sons of Lord Brahma. So Shiva takes the role of destroying. So here all the three names are mentioned. Vishnu creates, Vishnu gives the ingredients. Then Brahma creates. Lord Vishnu maintains every living entity. It's called Palan. Palan means to maintain, just like the parents maintain their children. And in the end, the destruction is done by Lord Shiva. So undoubtedly, Lord Vishnu is the original creator and maintainer of all living entities in his causeless, which is his causeless mercy. The famous words, Nitya Nityanam Chetnas Chetnanam, Eka Bahunam Jo Vidadate Kaman, that the original creator or consciousness is Krishna or Vishnu. And he creates many, many living entities who also become conscious. It means life comes from Vishnu. And that he is an individual. And he creates many, many individual beings. Yet he is the maintainer of everyone. He is the supreme eternal, supreme consciousness who maintains everyone else. So this should not be forgotten. And those who don't know this verse, they can learn this verse. It's quoted in one of the purports in Bhagavad Gita. I think it's 2:2. Prabhupada quotes this verse. Now, even his creation is a causeless mercy. Why? So that we get a chance to purify ourselves and come out of the illusion energy, understand who we are, understand our relationship with Krishna, engage in devotional service, and return back to Krishna. So, in other words, it is also the mercy of Krishna. So, undoubtedly, Lord Vishnu is the original creator and maintainer. Now, it becomes our natural duty that we celebrate his victory. So, what does that mean? His victory means, after all, he is the winner of everything. And if we consider ourselves to be under him, which indirectly also means that real victory belongs to Krishna. That is the meaning. That if we know that everything it is in his hands, nothing is in our hands, then it shows that it becomes our natural duty to serve him in this material world, which is filled with many, many things. Does anybody know two prominent things of this material world? How is this material world certified as in Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna? Anybody likes to try? No one?
Prabhuji, is it Ashwashatam, temporary?
Ashasvatam Alayam.
Dukhalayam, Asashvatam. Remember these two words. Dukhalayam asashvatam. I think is 8:16, if I'm not wrong. Mamupetya punarjanma dukhalayam asashvatam. So this word is certified in two words, dukhalayam asashvatam. We should never forget this. Sometimes we are overtaken by sense enjoyment or sense pleasure, and we take everything to be permanent. We think this happiness which we are enjoying is only superficial, and we take it for granted that it will stay with us. No, it doesn't stay. It comes and it goes. So this is the material world. So if you want to live even happily in this material world, which is miseries and dangers, at the feet of Krishna. And better than that is to stay at the feet of the spiritual master, so that you can enjoy the real happiness. Real happiness is serving Krishna or engage in Krishna, in remembrance of Krishna. That brings about happiness. The best examples of this happiness are the people of the Vrindavan in the times of Krishna. Whether it was a man, it was women, there were cows, calves, deers, trees, even the rivers and lakes, the Govardhan, everyone used to think of Krishna and no one else. And they were the happiest people. Sri Prabhupada started this movement simply to share this happiness to everyone, which originally is the happiness of the Brijavasis, that everyone recognized Krishna, and Krishna was the center of their lives. Whatever they did, Krishna was always in the middle. So it says next, Sri Prabhupada, that those who take this material world as a place where they can satisfy the senses will remain or will become at once captured by the illusory energy of Krishna and fall into the cycle of birth and death. So the famous verse of Maya, Devi esa gunamai, mam maya duratyaya, mam eva prapatyante, maya etam tarantite. If you want to overcome Maya, then Krishna gives the clue in the same verse, simply surrender to me. Then Maya cannot do anything to you. Just like when we do not know reality and we try to speculate, we are actually in Maya. It can be like this, it could be like that, it could be like that. It's simply waste our time. So, this material world is not meant to be made into a permanent place. Rather, you should try to come out of here and return to our original home, which is Vaikuntha. So Bhagavad Gita says, from the topmost planet to the lowest planet, everywhere there is miseries. Brahma Bhuvanala Loka, Punavartina Arjuna. Krishna tells Arjuna that starting from the abode of Brahma down to the lowest planet of the Patal, the hellish regions, there's not a place where birth, death, old age, and disease takes place. Everywhere it is there. So if you want to escape these 14 planetary systems, then take the shelter of devotees. And here Sri Prabhupada also says, not only that, all these places are not even permanent. Even those planets or the locals will be destroyed during annihilations. So man in this world like to travel very far and try for looking for happiness. But nowhere does he get happiness. Men even go to moon to seek for happiness. They think you're going to Mars and they think they will enjoy their life there. No. If you cannot get a way out of birth, death, and old age and disease, wherever you go, you can never be happy. Even Krishna tells Arjuna, Punya Chine Mratya Loka Vishanti. Let's say people like to worship demigods. They go very far to different planets of demigods and they will come back because there is no permanent resident for them. They will have to come back. If you get time, you should read what do you call the 9th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. There's a story of King Pururava. this Pururao fell in love with a celestial girl called Urvashi. You should read that section. And then he realized that she is not permanent. She even told him that I can't be with you always. But many of us take it granted. Oh, I love this lady. I love this man, and our love will go on and on forever, forever. No, it doesn't happen. It's there, it is temporary. The best lover should be, or lover is Krishna. If we want to have a relationship or true love, it can only happen between a living entity and Krishna, not anyone else. And Krishna will be very happy to accept you. So, those who aim for Vaikuntha are wise, because Vaikuntha means a place where there is an eternal life, eternal happiness. You simply serve Krishna. You enjoy Krishna. See Krishna face to face. And you'll always be happy. There's no birth, death, old age, and disease. There's no three kinds of miseries, Adidayik, Adibhautik, Adhyatmik. There's no sun or moon or electricity or fire, not a necessity, because it's a self-illumined planet. Na tad bhashate suryo, na shanchaka, na pavaka. Yat gatva na nivartante tad dhama paramama. I think this verse appears number 7 in 15th chapter. That my planet is not illuminated or illumined by sun, moon, or electricity or fire. Whoever reaches there does not come back. So this guarantee is given by Krishna. So we should aim for a permanent place. So a permanent place is called Sat Dharma. Here in this purport, we'll be discussing the word Sat Dharma. But that Dharma is called Paravyoma. Paravyoma means it's beyond this material creation. Now those who are not very wise, they make plans to live here permanently, and they make their permanent residence. I will buy a big land or a small land and build the most magnificent house for me. I'll enjoy my life here. It all seems to be very, very nice and very charming in the beginning, but later on, you get tired of it, because nothing here is permanent. So those who make plans generally center around artha and kama. They forget dharma. Generally, those who are after money and sensual pleasures, they'll do a lot of artha, means try to earn as much money as possible. And kama, they enjoy their lives. Oh, I'm not enjoying this, let me enjoy this. I'm not enjoying this, let me enjoy this. And 2 examples you all know, Hiranyakashipu. And the other one is Ravan. Ravan was never satisfied with any woman. He will try to get, whenever he see a great, attractive woman, he'll just take her by force. That's why it's called Ravan. It creates trouble in the minds of everyone. That's why the name he got is Ravan. So, the more you make your residence here, more you'll become entangled. And more repeatedly, you will be victimized again and again and again. It goes on and on. And when you come to devotional service, you realize your intelligence starts working. Your senses become purified. And then you realize, oh, I worked so hard for this thing, but it was my own foolishness. Bhaktivinoda Thakur, in his song, in one of his bhajans, he sings, I created a beautiful house, and before I entered into it, the house caught fire. So this stands out, this line is very famous, that you can create something, but in the end, there'll be fire in the house. The fire does not mean fire like flames, no. Fire literally means There'll be no harmony in the house. There'll be quarrel. There'll be fights. And you'll feel like going away from the house. That is called fire in the house. And no one can make a home pleasant without Krishna consciousness. Home cannot be pleasant. If you go to the 13th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Sri Prabhupada explains in the purport, in the verses 8 to 12, 4 verses are together. He says, one should not be attached to one's home, wife, children, etc. But these are natural objects of affection. So you can't say, I cannot love my wife, my children, or my home. No, you can do that, provided the house is centered, or the home is centered around Krishna. And he advises 4 things to be done in the home. Everyone should chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. That's number 1. Number 2, Krishna should be worshipped. It means you must have a small altar in your house. And the food should be offered to Krishna before consuming. Number 3, have a regular invitation. Invite the devotees to your house regularly. And the last one is the couple or the main leader of the house. They should discuss 2 scriptures, Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. These 4 activities will make the home very, very pleasant. It will become like a heaven on the earth, and you can enjoy your life even while you are in the material world. So without doing this, you'll become entangled. That's why the Vedas has given us a scripture known as Manu Samhita, where there are laws for mankind, what you should do, what you should not do. I just attended an interfaith meeting yesterday, and I was shocked what they were discussing, though I was not one of the speakers. I was just invited to attend it. And they were asking about people destroying others, killing each other in the name of religion. That is number 1. Number 2, more and more women are victimized. And in Africa, so many women, even young girls, they get killed. Number 3, incidents like Shakahola, which took place in the coastline of Mombasa near Malindi. 300 people lost their lives. It means fanaticism, cults, and their way of thinking, how much violence is going on, how much people hate each other, and all begins with a hate speech. When you start speaking, when your language has hatred, all these things happen. So what should be done? So, of course, our Bhagavatam has all the answers, and also Bhagavad Gita has the answers. That Sri Prabhupada says, even in Kali Yuga, if 4 things are put into place, the entire society will be happy. Number 1, compulsory fasting for Ekadashi. Everyone should fast on Ekadashi. The whole country, number 1. And the surplus grains should be saved and distributed to poor people, so there'll be no poverty. Number 2, compulsory marriage for boys at the age of 25 and the girls around 17, 18, so that there'll be no prostitution, or there'll be least prostitution. Next, the media should announce or speak or glorify Krishna, because these days you hardly hear any glorification of God. You only hear pop songs, some music, some beats, some discussions, but not about Krishna. So that is the 3rd thing is that. And the 4th thing is that one should try to implement the instructions of Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita. If 4 things are put into place, then what will happen? Everyone live very happily in this material world. These are Sri Prabhupada's instructions. So, this is Manu Samhita saying the same thing. So in this purport, we hear this word Sad Dharma. What Sad means Sat. or permanent dharma. What is permanent dharma? Now, I'll give you a difference between dharma and bhakti. Dharma may refer to as a prescribed duty, an occupational duty of a living entity, or anything else. If you go right from the scratch, if the sugar is not sweet, it is not sugar. If salt is not salty, it is not salt. If water cannot have that watery kind of form or cannot quench your thirst, it's not water. And then, if a man cannot love God, then he's not a man or a woman. Now, this is called dharma. Dharma means occupation. There is no English word for the word dharma. The word religion means a certain kind of a faith. But dharma literally means occupational duty. Just like, take your example. If you are a bachelor, what is your dharma? To remain celibate, to read scriptures, and stay away from the other gender, male. Keep up that brahmachari vow. So that is if you are not married. And if you are married, then maintain your wife, your children, as per the scriptures. And keep your marriage chaste, so you can live happily. So these are the laws given in every varna and ashram. And this is called dharma. And what is parodharma? Parodharma means bhakti, which begins by shravanam. Shravanam kirtam vishnu, smaranam padasevanam, archanam vandyam dasyam, sakyam atma nivedanam. This popular verse of Prahlad Maharaj defines bhakti. And Prabhupada says, bhakti is in these 9, and there is nothing 10th. Just in these 9, which are actually one, but explained in 9 different ways, practiced in 9 different ways. Like of which the first two are very, very important. Hearing and chanting. So that is called Saddharma. And Prabhupada says Saddharma means devotional service. And what is devotional service? Is a regulated path to take us back to Krishna. You simply stay on the path and do not deviate from the path. Even if you become deviated a little, come back. Do not stay away from this path. Stay within the avenue which takes you to Bhakti Yoga. There's a very nice incident in Ramayana. When Lord Ramachandra returned after killing Raman, he straight did not go to Ayodhya, he went to Nandigram, where Bharat was waiting for him for 14 years. Then, after meeting Bharat, they again boarded the plane. I don't know if you know this pastime. Then, so many monkeys were there, so many. And they were hungry. So, Lord Ramachandra wanted to feast them. What did he do? He simply glanced at the avenue from Nandigram to Ayodhya. And all the trees became full of fruits. And the monkeys were so happy. They enjoyed all kinds of fruits before entering into Ayodhya. Now the fruits cannot just come out. It's by the glance of Krishna. Even Maharani Kunti says in one of her prayers that if you keep your glance over us, everything will be okay. The moment you remove your glance away from us, we know what will happen to us. So we can learn from Mother Kunti, a beautiful prayer. Let's see how the whole kingdom of Maharaj Yudhishthira is flourishing. Nice Varna and ashram. Fruits are giving trees, cows are giving milk, the land is giving minerals, the grains are growing, and no one is hungry, no one is miserable, everyone is happy. It's all by your glance. So that's why when we go to the temple, why do we fold our hands after paying dandavats? And we take full view of Krishna, starting from down to up. Because when you look down till up, when he looks upon us, that is called his glance. It's called prema drishti. Drishti means a sight. When he, or a view, sorry, a view that is full of love. Just like a mother, when she sees a child, there's a natural love in her. And when a child sees the mother, there's a natural love in them. And mother is attracted to the child, child is attracted to the mother. And in most cases, the mother will take the child in her arms. And you can see natural love between them. In a similar way, there is a natural love between a living entity and Krishna. So Krishna instructs towards the end of the Bhagavad Gita, Sarva dharma paritachya mamekam sharanam brahmaja aham tva sarva papebhyo mokshishami vasacha. Anybody knows the English translation of this verse? Please try. Priya Govinda is there. Priya Govinda, let's hear from you.
Yes, Prabhuji.
The translation of
pardon.
Sarva Dharma, the translation of Sarva Dharma Parityaja, what does it mean? Without looking at the book.
That one has to surrender to Krishna, abandon all your varieties of religions and surrender to me. I shall deliver from you from all sinful reactions. Do not fear.
Do not fear. Yes. Give abandon or give up all kind of me only. I shall deliver you from all sinful reactions. Do not fear. He said, and Prabhupada translates, do not fear, do not worry, and do not wait. In the purport, the last line of the purport. So anyway, why Krishna tells us to surrender to him? Because that is for our own good. We like to surrender to others, but not Krishna, especially Maya. And Maya only gives you a slap. We'll become attracted to Maya, in the end she'll just slap you so hard. But yet we are foolish. We want to enjoy the slap again. Again we fall into Maya. This is our nature. So Bhagavad Gita teaches us that give up all mundane dharma and accept Krishna consciousness. So how we practice Krishna consciousness is by doing 4 things. Think of Krishna, become his devotee, pay your homage to me, to Krishna, and then surrender to Krishna. This is called, worship Krishna. Man mana bhava mad bhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru. 4 things constitute Krishna consciousness. So anyone who has read this verse nicely and understood the purport nicely, you'll get the intelligence to come out of this so-called Durga. Durga means this fort of material world. Material world is called Durga. Durga means controlled by Mother Durga. She's very, very powerful. She will not allow you to leave the fort. The word Durga means a fort. And it is very thick walls. You can't break them. The only way you can come out is from the main door. If someone opens the door for you, you can go. But Durga will not allow that unless you surrender to Krishna. So this is the theme of the purport. Very simple. That this world belongs to Krishna. He created everything. And for your information, this world actually belongs to the Brahmanas. Krishna is so dear to the Brahmanas, and Brahmanas are so dear to Krishna, and so are the cows. That Krishna himself gave, even Ramachandra gave the entire land to the Brahmanas. If you read Ramayana, he performed Ashwamedh Yajna, many Ashwamedh. In the end, he gave entire Ayodhya to the Brahmanas. And the Brahmanas were very satisfied and that they did not want it, so they returned it back to Lord Ramachandra's. So all this property, like the earth, the water, the fire, the air, ether, wealth, minerals, whatever it is, actually is a property of the Brahmanas. And the Brahmanas have given it to Krishna. And Krishna is given to Brahmanas. So this is a good logic we should understand, so that whatever we have, we should use it in the service of Krishna, and that will bring us happiness. And in case we lose something, we'll not lament. We'll still go on with our life. So the time is up here. Hare Krishna. Any additions any questions, any criticisms, if anyone has, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you so much for today's session. Prabhuji, I had I just needed a clarification because my internet went away. You said, sir, something about Param Bhuma. What was it, Prabhuji?
Paravyoma. Paravyoma. Paravyoma means the Vaikuntha. Is it okay?
Yes, Prabhuji. But we should not be aspiring to go to Vaikuntha. We should be aspiring to go to.
No, we should aspire. We should aspire. Prabhupada says we should aspire. In case we can't go there, we should not lament. We should still go on without Krishna service.
But I thought the main aim was to go to Golok Vrindavan.
Yeah, there is Vaikuntha's more main center.
Okay.
Center of the whole Vaikuntha, or the biggest planet of Vaikuntha, is Golok Vrindavan. It is still in Vaikuntha.
Okay, thank you very much for clarification.
Yeah. See the cover of the first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. You can see the Golok Vrindavan, and you see so many other planets.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah. So all that in one world, the general word is Vaikuntha. And then Vaikuntha has varieties. And in those varieties, the biggest planet is Golok Vrindavan. And even in Golok Vrindavan, there are 3 sections. If you are a lover of Bal Krishna, then you go to a planet known as Golok. Gokul, where you'll find Mother Yashoda and Nand Maharaj along with their small Kana, Krishna. If you want to have opulent life, then that is called Dwarka. And then the third one is called Vrindavan, where there is Radha and Krishna. So it depends on your taste. Where do you want to go? So as per your desire, Krishna will fulfill your desire, and you'll go to where you wanted to go. Krishna fulfills the desire of every devotee. Remember that. We may think Krishna is not listening, but he's listening. And he'll do what you want. I mean, he'll get you what you want. Okay. Any other questions?
Yes. Thank you very much. Are there any other questions from the group? I'd like to welcome Indulekha Mataji. She has joined after a long time. Thank you, Mataji, for joining in.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Krishna, everyone. Please kindly accept my humble obeisances, O good Srila Prabhupada. I'm happy to come back and join again. I missed all of you. I missed the classes. Yes, Prabhuji, very nice class. Thank you. Good gratification. And we got nice understanding. I'm talking for myself. Prabhuji, one thing, I don't know, I may be wrong, but great devotees, they don't aspire to go to Golok or to Vaikuntha. They just think Krishna, if you, like Prabhupada, he came from the Golok Vrindavan and he came this material world. So once, I think he was in South Africa, and then they talk about it. And he said, he just woke up one day and said, I have to go. Then the disciples said, yes, Prabhupada, we are ready. We have got your ticket for Mauritius. Everything is arranged. No, I have to go. So the disciples said, yes, Prabhupada, we are going. He said, no, I have to go to the Patala Lok. I have to go to the lower planetary system to save the people there, the demons there.
Yeah.
So what happens is, I think sometimes you should say, okay, Krishna, it's as per your wish. I'm doing whatever I can according to my capacity. I am insignificant, but please, you take care of it. Then he'll decide also, no? I don't know, probably you tell me what you think about it.
Yes, on a very high level, a devotee is not interested in any kind of liberation. There are 5 kinds of liberation he's not interested. Salokya, Samipya, Shashti, Ekatva, and so on. Now, a pure devotee, even when he is sent to the heaven or to the hell or to Vaikuntha, wherever he'll go, his only one aim is to please Krishna. And how is Krishna pleased? Is you engage in his mission of preaching Krishna consciousness to others. Such a devotee becomes very, very dear to Krishna. That is written towards the end of the Bhagavad Gita, after the Sarvadharma Bharattajya. So Srila Prabhupada says, those who are pure devotees, they're ready to serve Krishna even in Patal. Because even Patal belongs to Krishna. Swarga belongs to Krishna, Vaikuntha belongs to Krishna, everything belongs to Krishna. So just like in our material world, some devotees like to preach to the prisoners in a prison. So we may wonder why they want to do like this. Yes, because there are people suffering in a prison, so they want to go and preach to them. So prison can be compared to Patal. Is that okay, Mataji?
Yes, Prabhuji, thank you. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Devotees are very, very compassionate. Really speaking, they are more compassionate than even Krishna. That's why in ISKCON we love Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, because he is in the form of a devotee. He's more compassionate, kinder than Krishna himself, though he is Krishna himself. Any
Hare
other
Krishna,
questions?
Yes.
Yes, Prabhuji, we have the example of Nityananda Prabhu. When
Yes.
Jagai and Madai hit Nityananda Prabhu, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was very angry.
Yeah.
He invoked the Sudarshan Chakra.
Yeah.
Then Nityananda Prabhu fell to his feet, said, no, leave them. Then that action changed their mind, the two brothers' mind, Jagai and Madai.
Yes.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you.
Yeah, but if Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did not come, none would have not come. They always come together.
Together, yes.
Yes.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Anybody else has a question?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, on the same note, in one of the sessions when Srila Prabhupada was talking to his devotee, the devotee said that, Prabhupada, I'm really enjoying this mission and this preaching. Please pray that I come always and do this preaching. And then Srila Prabhupada said that this place is not fit for a gentleman. You just get out of it. So then...
Yes.
So what does
This
that mean?
material world is not a fit place for a gentleman. That is true. We should write it on a paper or on a board and keep it in our house and read it daily. This is not a house for this material world is not a place for a sane gentleman. You find people are very crazy. They are not sane. It's difficult to find a perfect gentleman, even in this material world.
Yes, Prabhuji, Srila Prabhupada.
That's why Srila Prabhupada says, even if you're living very happily, still aim to go back. Come out of this material world. Don't stay here. Yes, Mataji, you're saying something into like.
Yes, Prabhuji. Some of the American devotees, the disciples of Srila Prabhupada, they told Srila Prabhupada, what have we done to get such a blissful life in your company? And how are we going to get to Krishna? Then Srila Prabhupada said, don't worry, just hold my dhoti. I have the back door key of the Vaikuntha. I will take you there.
Yes.
Yes.
Another conversation you should also hear when he was preaching 7:28, Yeshantu Antagatam Papam, that those who acted piously in their previous life, acting purely in this life, can only engage in devotional service with determination. So these Western disciples told Prabhupada that we are very pure. Because of you, we have become purified, that we have this determination. Prabhupada says, no, that determination is coming from my spiritual master. So he glorified his spiritual master. It is by his mercy that you people have this determination. Then in the end, he even said that don't be too proud of it. Maya is very strong, and be scared of Maya. Remain alert. So these words of Prabhupada are very, very important. Because sometimes we can be taken away by the waves of so-called enjoyment. in the name of enjoyment, and we drift far away from Krishna. Don't do that. Always hold the feet of Krishna in your heart. Okay, let's have some other questions, or we can end up if there's no questions.
Hare Krishna. I think there are no more questions, but I see Path Prabhu is there. Path Prabhu, are you able to close the session for us today? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, Prabhuji, His Grace Rukma Prabhuji. Also, thanks all the devotees who are assembling here. It's a nice class. Prabhuji explained very nicely this purport. So there is no doubt and no question also. So I request all the devotees, please unmute yourself and chant Hare Krishna mantra for a glorification of His Grace Rukma Prabhuji. Please join. Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare,
Rama,
Hare Rama, Hare
Rama,
Rama, Hare
Rama,
Hare.
Hare Hare.
Vajja
Vaishnavibhyo
Namo
Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
Grace Rukma Prabhu ki jai.
Jai.
Haribol, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Bhagavatam ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you very much, everybody, for joining in. Hare Krishna.